So this year, as CNBC searches for our top state for business, Scott Cohn is visiting what could be the biggest data center yet. It's being backed by Meta, and it's going to require a lot of electricity to run it. Scott is at the construction site in Richland Parish, Louisiana, with a very special guest. Scott.
Hey, Brian, yeah, $10 billion they're pumping into this. It is a big deal. This will be the largest data center in the Western Hemisphere, at least. And we're about to talk to someone who was instrumental in bringing it here, we're told. Jeff Landry is the 57th governor of the state of Louisiana. You've called this transformational. We can see the physical transformation, but you meant more than that. How is this transformational for your state?
Well, because in Louisiana, most of the economic activity for all of Louisiana's history since entering the Union has been primarily along the coast, along where we have a refining alley, along the Mississippi River. This is the first time we've seen this size project up in this area of the state, and that is going to be transformational. But it is the best place to have it right now in Louisiana. And so, again, this is going to transform the northern part of Louisiana. It's something that I said was going to happen when I ran for governor, and we made it happen.
It's a big site and a lot of people working on the construction, but in the end, it's only going to be 500 jobs. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, whether it's 500 jobs, I'll take it. Here, 5 jobs in this area was a big thing before this came here. I don't know where other people are that complain about 500 jobs or where you are, but I'll take them. In Louisiana, we'll take every job that we can. And what we do believe, though, is that when you add the 500 jobs plus the 5,000 construction jobs, it starts to build out. Remember, Jesus started with 12, and look how big his church is.
This is not free for the state of Louisiana. One of the things that you did in your first year in office was push through the sales tax break that could cost the state billions of dollars. Meta made $165 billion in revenue last year. The state clearly needs the money more than Meta does. Why is this a good deal?
Well, because this deal wouldn't be here. 0 from 0 is 0. Look, I'm a business guy. We did that tax break at the same time we did tax reform, and in 2 weeks, Louisiana left 16 positions in the tax foundation, going from 42 to 26 in one tax reform session. What we know is that when you look at the overall comprehensive package here, it is in the black. It's in the black for local government. It's in the black for the state. So the bottom line, how you get to the bottom line is irrespective to me, as long as when you look at the bottom line, the number's in the black and not in the red.
We're going to talk a little bit about the budget because it is a factor in competitiveness. I don't know if you're talking to your fellow Louisianan, Speaker Mike Johnson, but we're looking at, first of all, a potential total change in FEMA, which I've got to imagine is an issue for this state. How is that going to work out? Are you okay with that?
Look, I've been to Congress. The place over there is completely dysfunctional. Until President Trump came along and really started breaking the molds, which needed to be done, who knows what's going to happen. Here's what I believe. I believe when you fix your state, we fix the country. And here in Louisiana, we know that when we have projects like that, we lift the economic outlook, the economic quality of life, the quality of life here in Louisiana. And so we're focusing on Louisiana, and we're not going to worry about Washington.
But focusing on Louisiana, $19 billion Medicaid budget, most of which comes from Washington, unless that changes. How do you deal with that? I mean, there's math that you've got to make work.
Look, again, we are talking. I've spoken to the speaker as early as yesterday, spoke to the majority leader, spoke to our senators, explained to them what we want. Look, we know that the Medicaid program needs to change. Ever since there was a Medicaid expansion, the program has grown exponentially. So there is an opportunity for us to scale back. The question is whether Congress will give us an off-ramp to be able to properly manage that. Everyone knows the program's out of control. And so the ability to have that off-ramp and ensure that we take care of people. But here's what I know. These types of projects take people from dependence to independence. These types of projects take people from the Medicaid road to private insurance, and that's why we love it.